Inshallah and Ashe, we are at the crossroads. Welcome to this week's Mystic Messages. Once again, I am your host, the Tanya D. And if you are new to my show, my channel, I am a practicing holistic shaman, medium, and otherworldly life coach, playing in the subtle energetic fields, being a reflector by design. As I do follow the lunar energies, the moon, the goddess of the night, through each of the seasons, I have coined myself a holistic Shaw medium, a subtle choreography of my unique design, mapping out the energetic pathways, the highways, to really activate your personal, unique, energetic algorithm. Each week, I do cover the moon's stages and phases through the seasons, the elementals, a daily divination, and an affirmation for the week to get you on your magical way. And if you are new to my show, my channel, of course, please subscribe. Go ahead and ring the bell to alert other lunar beings that truly resonate with my frequency and my vibration. And if you don't know, I go through Reflector's Guidance. And for this week, as I scroll on down here to the Mystic Monday that we're definitely having, our last Mystic Monday of the season of Aquarius. But we do kick off the week. Of course, the moon is still in the season of Libra, the final stages of Aquarius, just finishing up that energy here. 2 air signs really filling the Libra inner peace as Aquarius takes us up into the infinite. Pluto in Aquarius is innovating our foundation, our ability to subscribe to a new energy, transforming our boundaries to higher levels. Center stage, like the creator stage of life. So we are really raising the energies, like being in the streams of grace, healing streams of grace, and elevating our own inner beauty, something that truly broadens our inner peace and those horizons within each and every one of us. And for you, if you do have a Libra moon or born with a Libra moon, I'm doing affirmations for each of the moon signs through the seasons. So if your moon is in Libra, this is an affirmation for Aquarius season, which tidies up and ends today. But either way, I embrace both connection and individuality, and I allow my relationships to grow in new ways while honoring my true, authentic self. And then, of course, we get to kick off Pisces season with the moon in dear Scorpio. Where are my Scorpios? So with the moon in Scorpio, just be sure to tune in also to the Sacred Spirit Circle meditation for Pisces season. So if your moon's in Scorpio, your natal moon, or just the moon in general, the moon in Scorpio during Pisces season, 2 water signs. So the theme, if you have a Scorpio moon, is emotional depths, transformation, spiritual rebirthing. So what the moon in Scorpio feels like during Pisces season, especially if your natal moon is in Scorpio, you may experience emotions with intensity and depth. Your inner world is complex. You're drawn to uncovering hidden truths, both within yourself and in others. So you don't shy away from transformation as emotional growth. That's the central part of your journey. So with the sun in Pisces, the energy shifts towards fluidity, intuition, surrendering, compassion. Pisces is another water sign, meaning this season really amplifies your emotional world, but in a way that encourages letting go rather than controlling those outcomes. So while Scorpio's emotions are deep and internalized, Pisces energy dissolves the barriers, invites spiritual connection, trusting in the unknown, the unseen. So this can feel both empowering and vulnerable simultaneously. So you may feel more psychically attuned, picking up on energies more easily, or you might feel exposed as emotional walls start to soften. And Pisces is encouraging us, my moon's in Scorpio, encouraging us to really lean into trust, forgiveness, and emotional releasing rather than holding on to past wounds or seeking control. So how your Scorpio moon may feel during the entire season of Pisces could be emotionally intense yet fluid. You're used to diving deep, but Pisces adds a layer of flavor of emotional flow that can really make you feel more sensitive to your surroundings. So, even like more psychically open. So, it's like our intuition is heightened. Dreams, signs, synchronicities may carry those important messages subtly. So, there's this urgency or an urge to release control. Scorpio's instinct is to hold on and protect. But Pisces is asking us to really let go, surrender to the divine flow. So, heightened emotional vulnerability, 100% infinity. So, you may feel raw, open, but this is an opportunity to heal deeply rather than suppress. Plus, there's some spiritual and emotional rebirthing. So, this is a season of inner transformation where we're being invited to let go of old emotional patterns and stepping into a new version of ourselves. So, if your natal moon is in Scorpio, how do we work with this energy? What is like the flavor? Number one, we want to embrace emotions, emotional surrendering, basically. So, Scorpio moons often feel the need to control emotions, but Pisces invites acceptance and trust. So, it's like practicing meditation, journaling, doing some water rituals actually to really release what no longer is serving us. Number two is to deepen spiritual intuitive practices. This season is perfect for shadow work, dream journaling, deepening our connection to the unseen world, loving that, but also paying attention to those subtle signs, emotions, intuitive nudges. They carry powerful insights for us. Number three is letting go of emotional attachments. Scorpio energy tends to hold on to emotional wounds. I know all about it. But Pisces teaches forgiveness and letting go. So, really asking ourselves, what am I ready to release so that I can heal? And number four, protecting our energy. We all need to have energetic boundaries, if you will. So, with heightened emotional sensitivity, just being mindful of who and what we allow into our space. So, creating energetic boundaries through grounding practices like breath work, visualization, the elementals, including water rituals, and so much more. But an affirmation, if your moon is in Pisces, if you have a natal Pisces moon, I surrender to the divine flow of life. I trust that transformation happens through release, not control. My emotions are a gateway to healing and renewal. I'm really loving my affirmations. And this is something you want to carry the seed sound during the entire season of Pisces if your moon is in Scorpio. So, knowing that our emotions truly are a gateway to healing plus renewal during Pisces season, this really is our invitation, if your moon's in Scorpio, to release, heal, and embrace deep emotional and spiritual renewal by trusting in the flow of life rather than resisting it. That's when we can really transform in ways that authentically align with our highest soul evolution. And then, of course, the moon following the transits moves into Sagittarius. And I really like this image because it reminds me of the galaxy and water just all together for Sagittarius. So I really like this frequency as well. But the moon in Sagittarius during Pisces season, so this is like this energy of expanding emotional wisdom, but also trusting the flow. So with the moon in Sag feels like in Pisces season, if your natal moon is in Sagittarius, so you experience emotions through a lens, a filter of freedom, optimism, and exploration. And you process feelings by seeking meaning, gaining new perspectives, or moving forward rather than dwelling on the past. So, emotional independence is actually the key for you, the access key, because you prefer to keep things light rather than getting stuck in heavy emotions. So, Pisces season, however, brings a deep, intuitive, emotional energy that may feel very unfamiliar or even overwhelming sometimes. So, while Sagittarius thrives on truth and wisdom, Pisces dissolves the boundaries and invites surrender. It's really asking you to trust your feelings rather than intellectualizing them, philosophizing them. So this can be a powerful time of emotional expansion, helping you connect with your intuition, deepen your spiritual beliefs, and embrace stillness rather than constant movement. While Sagittarius moons prefer direct action, Pisces season teaches you that sometimes the answers come in dreams, intuition, quiet reflection, rather than through logic or experience. So, how your Sag moon may feel during Pisces season, some glimmering aspects, I guess. You may feel emotionally restless yet very introspective. So you may feel the urge to explore, but also sense an inner calling to really slow down and reflect. There's also this deepened spiritual and philosophical insights that may come through because Pisces is opening the door to that higher collective wisdom and intuition and some soul level growth, which then aligns with your love of truth seeking. You may also experience possibly a struggle between action and flow. While you prefer to chase experiences, Pisces is asking you to be still and trust the universe to really guide you, give you direction. There could also be an increased sensitivity and also empathy, definitely. So you may feel more emotionally open and attuned to others' frequencies, energy, vibrations, leading to greater compassion, but also a need for energetic boundaries. Again, we all need them. And there's possibly a call to explore the inner world rather than looking outward for adventure. Pisces asks, what emotional or spiritual truth have I been avoiding? So you may want to ask yourself that. And some ideas or some ways to work with this energy if your moon's in Sagittarius during Pisces season. Number uno, balance movement with stillness. So if you feel restless, engage in gentle movement, something like yoga, tai chi, dancing, or just walking out in nature to really stay centered, being in your center, the zone of neutrality, and just allowing yourself time to pause, reflect, and listen to your emotions rather than rushing past them. Number two is deepening your spiritual connection. This is an incredible time for meditation, dream work, spiritual studies. So exploring Pisces mystical energy through tarot, astrology, or just even connecting with higher guidance. That's kind of the energy for each and every one of us, is to really connect with our Sira, our higher self, what we look like on the other side. Number three is to trust the unseen path. Sagittarius wants clear answers, but Pisces works through intuition, our crown center, but also trust, having faith. So instead of asking, where am I going? Ask, what is the universe trying to show me? And tune in. Number four, practice emotional presence, being emotionally present in the now emotionally. Avoid the urgency to escape emotions through distractions. That's like travel, work, or overactivity. Instead, sit with your feelings. Allow yourself to feel without needing immediate resolution. And if your moon is in Sagittarius during Pisces season, an affirmation for you is, I trust the flow of life and embrace emotional wisdom. I'm loving that. And my intuition is my guide, and I surrender to the journey with an open heart and mind. So if you're having fluttering sensations during Pisces season, just return back to this video and tune into your own personal affirmation if you have a Sag moon during Pisces season. So Pisces season for you, and all of us really, it's a powerful time for Sag moons specifically to shift from external exploration to inner discovery by embracing stillness, intuition, and emotional depth. You can unlock profound insights, spiritual insights, prophetic ones, but also deepen your understanding of yourself along with the universe. And with that, a little side note, commercial break. What is your unique intuitive gift and psychic ability? Are you somebody who often gets a gut feeling about people or situations? Have you experienced deja vu? Do you easily pick up on the emotions of others around you? Or dream so vividly that those dreams become reality? Feel that your dreams have meaning? Feeling a connection to the natural world, the world of nature? Drawn to numbers, symbols, or sigils? Sensitive to your surroundings and are very aware of changes in your environment? Believe in a higher power, a spiritual dimension? This quiz is going to assist you to activate your unique intuitive gift and psychic ability, how to take action upon it, creating a career that authentically aligns and resonates with your intuitive gift and psychic abilities. So let's dive into it. So with that, who joins me live on Fridays? And if you don't know, I go live on YouTube here and Facebook every Friday, sharing moon insights along with elemental energies. And I do a mini live cowrie shell divination, the art of divination brought to the West by Elder Malidoma Some. I'm a protege, a student. Spirit guided me to him. I dive into that a little bit. But you can also type in your birth info later and join me the following week. I do that. Catch a replay later. The choices are optional, right? My Friday lives are always at 3 p.m. Mountain Time. And my personal divinations, I do prescribe rituals. You might call them spells, but to me they're rituals. And of course, Spill the Tea is this Friday as a side note. Spill the Tea is part of my membership. All my tea replays are housed there in the Shamanic Healing Academy. It's like a monthly coven call. Spill the Tea is always the third Friday of the month. So it's always at 11:30 a.m. Mountain Time. All you got to do is subscribe to join me live. So with that, the elementals this week, we've got a yin fire snake of a day. This is the kickoff. And yin fire of the day with the snake in the year, the yin wood snake, this brings excitement to our heart, our passions, our joys. It's almost like filtering love streaming through with the joy molecules. And yin fire is a candle. It's a dimming light that really lights up the darkness in an instant, the ghost in the darkness. So this energy can also be very volatile, unpredictable. It is a snake, right? You just don't know how those rattles are going to get you, and this is a flaming one. But the snake is also charming, inspiriting. It's a travel star. It's quick. It's striking. It's like striking a match. It's alert. It's full of surprises, energetic and otherwise. So having two snakes as well as a tiger for our day in the month, all these traveling stars, expect uncertainties, make room for the unexpected, the element of surprise, which I love, the element of surprise. As a reflector, surprise. Give me some surprises. So you may feel restless with all this fire energy. There's a lot of fire. The wood is feeding the fire is creating the earth. So it's like there's this combustion happening. Things are getting moving. But the traveling star energies and the snake charmer, the snake is a charmer, right? So it's about being present, being in the now, being passionate, being alert, being aware, and just understanding really the snake. Understanding the energy of the snake can really assist us to not only thrive this year, being a snake year, but also over the next 2 decades. Why? Because we've entered period 9 and the snake energy is fully igniting period 9. So it's like striking the match. It's very transformative energy. It's fire. So you may already yourself notice some dramatic shifts and transformations, not just in your world, but out in the world around you. I know I do. But the snake, this energy, snakes not only has patience to wait and like strike at the right moment, a snake, right? A cobra, it doesn't really matter. Snakes, like sitting quietly, they know when to strike, they know when to make the right move, but they do it with discernment and quietness. Those who underestimate the quickness of this energy of the snake usually are caught unprepared, radical shifts. So when the snake makes its move, you're not aware of it. But the fire snake can also give us more insight into the nature of fire. Fire herself as an element. Join me for gift and purpose. That is the defining theme of period 9, which is also hexagram 9. So this is the force of the small, but also it's the wind over the heavenly universe. It's this image of patient restraint, but it's also this accumulation. It's like the gathering forces of all the baby steps, the small efforts, the to-do list. It's like a single candle that can light the way for not just yourself, but also for others, taking one small step forward for self, those baby steps, and then setting those small goals, which actually creates and leads to a greater impact out into the world. So I'm really loving this energy as well. Now, the messages this week are literally coming from dual action there, the seers, the light seers tarot. I was just feeling into the seers this morning, so I went with it, and I just felt really right. So on this Moon's Day, Magical Mystical Monday, we have the Page of Cups as my camera filters in. Love that. I love this. I don't think I've ever pulled this card, just to say. But the Page of Cups is also water, right? I like that. This carries this whimsical, dreamy, heart-opening kind of energy. It's all about fresh emotional experiences, intuitive messages, embracing our imagination. So it's our invitation to approach life with curiosity, wonder, kind of like a child discovering magic out into the world. And the energy or the themes of this message are like creative inspiration. So the Page of Cups encourages us to think outside the box, tapping into our imagination. So it's a great sign for artistic projects, intuitive downloads, unexpected bursts of insight, possibly emotional new beginnings as well, balancing the threads. So it can also indicate fresh emotional starts, maybe something in a new relationship if you're out there, an opening of our heart or a deeper sense of self-love and also healing. I'm just saying that because the moon is in Libra, right? It's our heart opener. There could be some surprises and synchronicities. There's an element of the unexpected here. It goes with the element of the day. So it's like in the light seers, it's deception because we've got a pig. Even as the pig is flying above the page's head, it's reinforcing the idea that anything and everything is possible if we open ourselves up to the magic of life. Where is the magic? Always on the other side. So as a message from Spirit, this is our invitation. It can signal intuitive messages coming through our dreams and symbols or deep emotions. So really paying attention to what your subconscious is revealing. It's the energy of the card. It's about innocence, curiosity, emotional playfulness, but also there's this dreamy, spiritual, deeply connected to our heart and our soul. Maybe it's a reminder to just stay open to love, even if it feels vulnerable. I'm just saying that out loud. Now, if you went on the shadow side or the dark side of this message, it's like emotional immaturity, unrealistic expectations. Maybe we get lost in our dream state, our daydreams without taking any action. Maybe our heart center's blocked. We have a fear of expressing our emotions. So as a prompt or something to journal and reflect upon, it's like what creative or intuitive ideas are literally bubbling up like a spring within us? Or where am I? Where am I being invited to soften my heart and embrace vulnerability? Or how can I invite more playfulness and wonder into my life, that childlike wonder? So this is just a magical message. It's a reminder to trust in the flow of our emotions and let our heart lead us towards those new possibilities. Right before, energetically, right before we move into Pisces season. So I feel like this is just prepping us for this week ahead. And then on Terrific Tuesday, we have the Six of Pentacles. Who doesn't love the Six of Pentacles? Look at that. It's all whimsical and mastery there. The Six of Pentacles, what does this remind me of? So it's like the moon's in Scorpio, so there's that flavor. But this is like giving and receiving. It's an energetic balance between the webs and the weavings and the streams. It speaks to the natural flow of abundance, the importance of generosity, being generous. So whether you are in the positive or in the positive position, that's what I was going with, to give or receive, it's about reciprocity and balance simultaneously. It reminds us that life is a cycle of giving, receiving simultaneously. And it's encouraging us to ask, like, are we in a place to offer assistance or help? Or do we ourselves need to receive the support, the abundance? It's kind of a topsy-turvette. So it's like having a generosity, being generous, but also having gratitude simultaneously, whether it's money, time, knowledge, or kindness. So the Six of Pentacles invites us to really share what we have, and trust that abundance is going to continue to flow towards us. It's karmic flow as well. It's the energy that we put out is what returns back to us. So the imagery is a depiction. It shows this golden energy, the stream of the figure 8, the energy flowing from one hand into the other, the infinite energy, symbolizing the cycle of generosity, the spiritual aspect of giving. You can't make that up. So it's the empowerment that we receive through giving, feeling empowered. So if you're in a position to give, this message is asking us to do so with an open heart without expecting something in return, energetically or vitally. So if you need support, be open to receiving without guilt as well. And the energy is about flowing, abundance, fairness, harmony. It's financial or energetic generosity, charity. It's most, to me, it feels supportive. So it's like finding a healthy balance between helping others, but allowing ourselves to also receive. And on the dark side, because we got to go to the dark side, right? This is an energy that talks about like feeling drained by one-sided relationships. We all know what those are, right? Where we feel like we're giving too much without receiving. So that there may be a struggle with asking for or accepting help. It's an imbalance in power and dynamics. Somebody using our generosity as a form of control. That's kind of what I was thinking there a little bit ago. But as something to reflect upon on Tuesday, something to prompt your intuitive insight. It's like, where in my life am I experiencing balance or imbalance in giving and receiving energetically? Or maybe we're too open to receiving abundance in all of its forms. Are we? And how can we give in a way that is sustainable, but also aligned with our own energy? This too is a magical, mystical reminder that generosity, abundance flow best when we give with an open heart and receive with gratitude, be in a gratitude of receivership. So I like that. And the 6 is all about opening and receiving. That's the Libra moon, but in the earth plane, the infinite abundance of the 8. And then we've got the King of Swords, the juicy King of Swords. Who doesn't need a King of Swords? We all need a King of Source, right? Wizardry Wednesday. So this is like mental clarity, wisdom, truth, intellectual authority. So he's the master of logic, strategy, just ruling with integrity, a sharp, quickened mind, a message that calls on us to step into a place of being objective, being clear or having clear communication, rational decision making even. So it's this energy of wisdom, authority coming together. It's like the wise seer, if you will. But the King of Swords really embodies this intellectual mastery, but also the discipline with the ability to see things from a higher level perspective. So he makes decisions based on facts, not emotions, very different frequency energy. So this is about clarity, truth. It's all about seeing through the illusions and cutting through all the confusion, the dust. And it's urging us to embrace honesty, logic in our current situations. So leadership and communication combined, this really reminds me of somebody with a Libra sun. It reminds me of my friend Alan, to be honest. But a powerful leader, a King of Swords, is often like a mentor, a teacher, a strategist, somebody who leads with wisdom, but also fairness. So the presence here suggests that we should speak with confidence, assert our knowledge, our knowingness. It's about mental discipline, but it's also encouraging that focused thinking, critical analysis, the pursuit of knowledge, if you will. So it's asking us, like, are we staying objective in our choices? So it's the energy of this logical, intelligent, strategic, fair, speaking truth with authority. It's this strong boundaries, mental clarity. It's this calm, but also a very firm approach to those challenges. And on the dark side, of course, we've all got a shadow side, right? But it's this cold. It reminds me of metal, the coldness, unrefined metal, emotional detachment. Maybe you're overanalyzing, being too rigid in your thinking. Maybe you're misusing your intelligence. Maybe you're manipulating, or maybe there's this excessive control. Maybe I am. I don't know. Harsh words. Again, it reminds me of metal. Unrefined metal, harsh words, judgment, lack of compassion energetically. So I would maybe reflect on things like, am I making decisions based on logic or emotion? Like, which one is it, the topsy-turvette? How can I communicate my thoughts with clarity but also confidence? And where in my life do I need to step into a leadership role with that wisdom, that authentic wisdom? Am I using my intelligence or words in a way that really empowers others, like uplifts them? So this is really encouraging us to trust our mind, embrace clarity, and speak with truth, but also confidence. So I'm really liking that message as well. We've got water, we have earth, and now we have the skills of metal or air, the swords, right? Cutting through things. And then on Tantalizing Thursday, oh my goddess, I love her. The Two of Swords. She's got runes on her arms. I don't know if you can see that. And of course, the two crows, but I'm going with the ravens. Either way, the Two of Swords. I love her. She's got that mystical energy. Feels a little Scorpio-like, even though the moon's moving. But the Two of Swords, this really represents indecision, mental conflict, the struggle to make a choice. It often appears when we're feeling stuck between two options, unable to see the way forward. So the woman is blindfolded, and this symbolizes a need to look within rather than relying solely on the external fact. This is us going inward. You know, there may be a difficult decision. You may feel torn between two choices, two sides of the coin, unsure of which path to take, or maybe take them both. So we're kind of being encouraged to trust our intuition rather than overthinking. Blind spots and avoidance often happen with that scarf around our eyes. So the blindfold even suggests that we might be avoiding a truth or refusing to see something clearly. I'm seeing the three monkeys: hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil kind of energy frequency. So maybe there's a situation that's not going to resolve itself until we actually face it. There could be an inner conflict where our heart and our mind may be at odds. So this is a gentle reminder to find balance between logic and emotion when we're making those decisions. It's a call for stillness. Sometimes clarity comes when we are in that pause point, the zone of neutrality, emotional neutrality, and really tune into our inner wisdom. Meditate, take time in nature. That's where I always go when I'm in conflict, I guess, to see the truth. And the energy here is like mental crossroads, just like our day. We're at a crossroads, hesitation, inner turmoil, the fear of making the wrong choice, which there's no such thing as a mistake. It's the right choice as always. It's this need for stillness before deciding, taking the breath and the pause. There's some encouragement to like remove those distractions and really listening to our higher selves. And of course, the dark side here, the meaning on the opposite side, which, you know, there's always the ghost in the darkness. I always like to say there's light. There's always a shining light. But this is about avoiding a necessary decision out of fear. Maybe we're over analyzing to the point of paralysis. I'm thinking of my other Libra friend. I guess I'm on a Libra kick here. I don't know. But this is about denying the truth or refusing to face reality. Maybe we're feeling emotionally or mentally blocked, or both. So in reflection, something to really ask ourselves or tune into is like, what decision am I avoiding and why? An incision in consciousness. Or am I overthinking the situation instead of trusting my intuition? How can I bring clarity to my thoughts and my feelings? I would say look to Mercury, your natal Mercury, but also your moon, of course. And to finalize, possibly, what fears are keeping me from making a choice? So the Two of Swords is reminding us that sometimes the best way forward is to quiet the noise. Hum on the inside, trust yourself, take a step into the direction that really feels most aligned with your heart. And then we finish on Fantastic Friday with the Empress. Man, look at that belly. Oh my goddess, look at their wings. They look like clouds. I'll take the Empress. Oh my gosh, the guiding light. Can you see the sigil? Maybe you can. I don't know. But the Empress with the 3, this is very Jupiter energy. We've got the energy of Jupiter within the Empress. So this is like goddess, right? Jupiter is like the collective idea sitting in Gemini. So she's the embodiment. She's the embodiment of the divine feminine energy, which is also abundance, creativity, nurturing, birthing. And she radiates warmth, sensuality, a deep connection to the cycles of nature, which I love talking about, all the elements, the nature of it all. So this is like all of this coming together. I'm loving this frequency. So this is just a reminder magically to embrace our creative power, trusting in the flow of abundance, nurturing ourselves and those around us with love and grace and joy. This is like creativity and birth. That's what she often like energizes, if you will. It's about fertility, new beginnings, creative projects. We're birthing something here. I think we're prepping the birthing of it. So whether it's the birth of a child, a new idea, a business, the Empress supports us in bringing something beautiful and magical into the world, from the ethers into the physicality. It's about abundance. It's about flow. It's reminding us to trust in the universe's abundant nature, the natural flow of it, teaching us that when we align with love and gratitude, prosperity flows effortlessly. So there's this energy of sensuality, but also self-care. So she embodies pleasure, beauty, the power of self-love, the pleasure ladder. She's encouraging us to indulge in activities that nourish our body, mind, spirit, and soul. There's this connection to nature and intuition simultaneously, the elementals, the spirits of the elementals. So she's deeply in tune with the earth, the terra firma, and her own inner wisdom. She's birthing of the belly. So this truly is our invitation to slow down, connect with nature, trusting our intuition. This is this mother energy. It's a mothering energy. It's nurturing. Whether you are caring for yourself, a loved one, or even a creative endeavor, she's the symbol of unconditional love, but also combined with compassion. It's this energy of course, the divine feminine, love and nurturing, but it's also expansion, creativity, flowing abundance, sensuality, self-care, emotional fulfillment. So there's having this deep trusting energy in the cycles of life and the cycles of nature. And of course, the dark side. This could be you're feeling maybe you're blocked creativity or feeling disconnected from your own inspiration. Maybe you're an overgiver to others while you neglect your own self, your own soul and spirit. Maybe there's a lack of self-care. Maybe you feel drained, fear of abundance. Maybe you're having resistance to receiving. So I would sit down and take some time and space, maybe look into the mirror, do some deep mirror reflecting, like what am I currently creating or nurturing in my life? Or how can I embrace more self-care and pleasure, the pleasure ladder? And are you doing pleasurable things? Or am I allowing abundance to flow? Or am I resisting it? How many of us do that? We put a pause in our own energetic flow of abundance. How can I honor my divine feminine energy today? Masculine and feminine, but let's keep it on the feminine. But what I mean by that is if your man self, embrace your feminine self. So the Empress is a reminder that we are a powerful creator, that life is meant to be lived in beauty, love, and prosperity, abundance. So with all of this gratitude, nurturing kind of frequency energy, absolutely, we want a fantastic affirmation for this week's energy to be our guiding light. So with the sun moving into Pisces and we're finishing up this energy in Aquarius, my affirmation for this week, let's do a little tidying up here, a little movement. My affirmation, my mystic message, I trust in the divine flow of life. And we all need to do that. That's just about having faith. And I nurture my dreams and honor my intuition and embrace the abundance that surrounds me. There's abundance everywhere. Makes us feel like the creative energy, the love, the wisdom, and just know that that's what's guiding our path. So, allowing this affirmation to ground you this week, be grounded in abundance, be grounded in divine feminine energy, creativity, gratitude, be open to receivership. I'm loving that as well. But also stay open to new inspiration and cosmic growth. I love Inspiration. That's like where we get those spiritual downloads. So, with that, thanks for tuning in. Be sure to comment below your favorite part of my show. We're changing things up. And as always, I'll see you on the other side, or at least on Fantastic Friday. Ashe, blessings.